We don't have the space. It's not safe for the girls. It's too warm.
Vivian, Katrina.
Yasant. Clemens.
That's what we were going for. Mushroom ball.
And this?
Couture.
Is it couture?
It's couture.
It doesn't look like couture.
It's couture, honey. Look at the tag. It's couture.
Paris Fashion Week just turned into pure chaos. Kim Kardashian stomped down the Balenciaga runway and didn't exactly own it. She practically wrecked the vibe. And Lauren Sanchez, she might as well start packing for next year because insiders say she's getting banned after showing up in those cringe outfits. Everyone's out here scrambling for camera time like it's a red carpet brawl, and boom. Cardi B popped back up like she never left, ready to snatch the spotlight again. Let's break it down. Paris Fashion Week is basically a celebrity circus where stars pull up wearing the wildest, most confusing outfits ever, just for the clicks. It's all a bit ridiculous. And sure, every once in a while, there's a sprinkle of real fashion magic, but only sometimes. I'm still traumatized from last year when Vivienne Westwood had Sam Smith walk the runway. Like, really? You expect anyone to believe that was fashion? No way. Fashion's been going downhill, no doubt. But this year had its own weird twists. Kim Kardashian strutted for Balenciaga, and honestly, her runway walk wasn't much better than Sam Smith's. But maybe I'll give Kimberly a tiny pass. Why? Sis was dripping in over 250 carats of diamonds. That kind of bling could slow anyone down. She looked exhausted, like barely holding it together. And here's the kicker. Yes, Katrina Clemens, we saw it all. Even with Balenciaga caught in serious controversy, Kim's still one of their top stars. And Kim, she's out here repping them like nothing ever happened. Like, seriously? The brand's got a sketchy past involving kids, and she's still proudly rocking their name. No shame in her game. Some people are saying Kim treats her own kids like props for the spotlight. But let's rewind and focus on this mess of a runway moment first. Kim showed up trying to serve fashion, but sis looked drained. Her whole vibe was off, and the people around her, not impressed one bit. Honestly, it's starting to feel tired watching her do this runway routine over and over again. She wasn't really walking, more like slow motion drifting across the floor. It wasn't a walk, it was something below a walk.
Vivian, Katrina.
Yasant. Clemens.
Like, was she gliding or just sleepwalking? Either way, it was not giving. Hate to say it, but Kendall's got the runway game on lock compared to Kim. Someone even joked me coming in at 2 a.m. drunk trying to act sober, and honestly, that's spot on. Another user pointed out that the guy behind her was just on his phone, not even pretending to care. Comments were coming in hot. One read, "Why is she walking like that? The look is great, but the walk is not." Then came the dagger. "Kim, you aren't doing amazing, sweetie." But the most savage one? "Respectfully, what the F is this walk?" Oof. Laura Luna chimed in too, asking, how does she have so much money and influence yet makes everything look so cheap and unrefined? And over on Reddit, folks are really asking, who's this even for? What audience are the Kardashians speaking to anymore? Another comment came through with no chill. "Sorry, I just really don't like these people lately." Someone named Hookah made an interesting point though. They said, "I feel like Balenciaga has kind of high-key made their whole brand around the Kardashians these past few years. And honestly, it makes sense. Not everyone likes it, but it's not random. Kim's been tied to the brand for a while. Remember when she was all about Balmain during the Kanye era? Now it's Balenciaga all the way." Still, the concern is real. People are side-eyeing these close ties with a brand that's faced serious backlash. And then this gem of a comment dropped. "The walk is very overworked. Drunk mom coming back inside from smoking a cig. Brutal! But people aren't holding back." Another person joked that Kim walks like her back's about to give out. And to make it worse, nobody in the front row even turned their head when she passed. That's cold. One comment even said, "Me sneaking into a hotel just to grab the free continental breakfast?" And honestly, that's exactly the energy she was giving on that runway. Kim did show off a few different outfits throughout the week, and yeah, we'll break those down. But one that really had people talking was this bright neon pink look, all monochrome, with boots literally attached to the pants. But it wasn't just the outfit grabbing attention, it was Kim herself, caught staring at her phone mid-fashion chaos. People are saying she was either Googling herself or editing pics of herself between fittings. Talk about next-level self-focus. One person threw shade saying, "I'm the most Googled person this week." And the clapback? That's because you're Googling yourself. Savage. Some even believe the whole phone moment was planned, a stunt to stir buzz around the look. I mean, who walks around with their phone unlocked, screen glowing, and turned out for the cameras? It looked a little too staged and way too thirsty. And guess what? It worked. People started paying attention, but not in a good way. If anything, it just made her seem more obsessed with herself than ever before. Now, let's talk about that Birkin moment. The original Hermes Birkin just sold for $10 million, and suddenly, Kim's seen posing with one. Now, let's be real. Nobody thinks she dropped $10 million on that bag. She's known for borrowing rare pieces for the photo op and then sending them back. She's not dropping that kind of cash just to flex. But then, here comes a wild twist. A video started making rounds online showing Kim supposedly snatching the Birkin like she owns it. But wait, it's AI generated, totally fake. Still, that didn't stop it from blowing up. The internet ran with it, and now everyone's buzzing over this fake Birkin heist like it actually happened. Oh, there she goes, sprinting like she's in a heist movie. That AI clip of Kim running off with the Birkin had people fooled. But come on, we all saw how slow she was on the runway. There's no way she's moving that fast in real life. The video was clearly fake, but somehow it convinced folks that Kim had dropped a cool $10 million on that bag. Let's be clear, Kim doesn't spend like that. She prefers being gifted stuff, especially when the price tag gets wild. The truth? The legendary Birkin bag was bought by a private collector in Japan. That's right, not Kim, not Jeff Bezos, and definitely not Lauren Sanchez. But since we're already on the Bezos train, let's talk about Kim's rumored drama with them. Word is, Kim was feeling some type of way at that ultra-luxe Venice wedding because Sydney Sweeney was outshining her big time. Reports say Kim had a private meltdown after seeing Sydney Sweeney and Tom Brady soaking up all the attention. One insider spilled that Kim won't say it out loud, but watching Sydney steal the spotlight hit her hard. She's used to being the center of attention, and this time, not even close. The source said, Kim found the situation triggering and struggled with feeling upstaged by the 26-year-old actress. Ouch! Now, it's not personal. Apparently, Kim thinks Sydney is beautiful and talented, but deep down, this whole moment reminded her that she's no longer the IT girl. That kind of ego check? Brutal. According to the insider, Kim left Venice feeling totally deflated, like the glitz and glam couldn't patch up the blow.
In 2023, Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian were linked together, reportedly dating. However, at the Bezos $40 million wedding, Sydney and Tom were seen dancing together up until 2 a.m. But it wasn't just Tom Brady giving her all the attention. No, Orlando Bloom was too. Now, Orlando Bloom and Kim Kardashian have also recently sparked dating rumors. Before Orlando and Katy Perry announced their split, we saw those viral pictures going around of Orlando glancing at what looks like Kim Kardashian's butt. Then Orlando showed up to the Bezos wedding without Katy Perry after they announced their split. And there are multiple pictures of him chatting it up with Kim Kardashian and her family. But he was also seen hanging out with Sydney. These sources allege that Kim Kardashian felt invisible and triggered that Sydney was getting all of the attention.
They even said it's time for her to head back to her doctor and, well, tighten things up. And while we're dragging the Bezos crew, Lauren Sanchez popped up at Paris Fashion Week too. Of course she did. And just when you thought she couldn't get any tackier after that wedding appearance, she proved us all wrong. Now get this, she showed up carrying a coffee cup clutch. Yeah, a purse shaped like a takeaway cup, going for about $6,000. That's Balenciaga's so-called 9 a.m. clutch. First dropped in 2022, only Lauren could turn a coffee joke into high fashion. At first glance, Lauren Sanchez's clutch looks like a regular paper coffee cup, but nope, that thing is actually made of calf skin. Yeah, real baby cow leather, what in the world? It's got a brass lid, a working clasp, and still manages to look just like something you'd toss in a recycling bin after a latte run. It's almost disturbing, like, people really have too much money. And of course, Lauren made sure to sneak into every camera frame and fashion show she could. After that headline wedding, it's like she suddenly thinks she's a full-blown celebrity. But even with all her posing, she wasn't the most desperate one there. That crown goes straight to Lisa Rinna, and I'm over it. She had her little QVC hustle, her run on Real Housewives, but this new version of her, it's all kinds of tacky. The outfit, wild. The vibe, even worse. She showed up rocking a massive blue bag and this weird hair that screamed DIY makeover gone wrong.
The mood of the look, bonjour.
Well, early Balenciaga. Cristobal Balenciaga.
You know Miri Mathieu? It's a French singer.
No.
Vidal Sassoon's.
Well, that's what we were going for. Mushroom ball.
And this?
Couture.
Is it couture?
It's couture.
It doesn't look like couture.
It's couture, honey. Look at the tag. It's couture. Hello. And there's Anna.
$2.
Yeah, and then there's Anna.
Vidal and Sassoon.
Fabulous.
Someone online said, "What in the Bed, Bath, and Beyond is that?" Another called it sleeping bag couture. And Trish summed it up best with, "Look at me, please. Please give me attention." One more person asked, "What is happening to this woman?" An honestly fair question. Here's my theory. Lisa is doing everything she can to claw her way back onto Real Housewives. That show was her golden era, and she knows it. But this Fashion Week attempt, it felt like a desperate audition. Good luck with that, girl. Now, on a more entertaining note, Cardi B showed up and lit the place up. Say what you want, but Cardi always brings something bold. Sure, she's had her messy moments, but lately, she's been less chaotic than Nicki Minaj, that's for sure. But one thing did throw me off. Cardi was out here posing with a real live crow. A whole crow. And Cardi B standing next to one kind of felt like a low-key message to Offset. But look, that kind of vibe is not welcome on this channel. Keep the hexes away. Now this next look from Cardi, way more interesting. It's bold, it's different, and she actually looks happy in it. Those oversized flowers probably made it a nightmare to walk in, and sitting down, forget about it. But she pulled it off with a smile, and that's what makes it work. One person even commented, "Fairly impressive, I must admit." Another said, "Leaving Offset has done wonders for her direction." They added that Cardi should take some time to focus on herself and her kids. No more distractions from messy men. There is a little concern out there that she's leaning into Kim K's playbook a bit too hard. But hey, that's her call. Katy Perry showed up too, looking like a principal headed to a staff meeting. Not even kidding. If the outfit had been white and she had a little glow going on, maybe it would have worked. But this version? Too stiff, too serious, zero fun, and now back to that pink attack Kim was trying to force on us earlier. That full neon getup with the leg boots combo? In theory, it sounds futuristic. But in practice, it just makes her look shorter and stiff. It's not giving height, it's giving squat. Nicole Kidman was also there, and she basically copied Katy's look. Black coat, business core, no edge. Seems like everyone was stuck in a rich funeral dress code. Still confused. Oh, and yes, Lauren Sanchez made another surprise appearance. She's got a way of sliding into these exclusive spots. All she has to do is flash a smile and whisper, "Can I come?" Then someone names the price, and boom, Jeff Bezos cuts the check. VIP access, just like that. And last, we spotted Gracie Abrams, you know, the one who sings that emotional song that's been stuck in everyone's head. Gracie Abrams showed up looking like she barely opened her mouth to speak. Soft energy, super low-key. Not much going on with her outfit, but honestly, it made sense. It's been hot in Europe lately, and while Lisa Rinna's out here wrapped in a giant bag and others are sweating under heavy coats, Gracie might have actually been dressed the most weather appropriate. But yeah, compared to Cardi B walking around with a live bird, it all felt kinda dull. Now let's switch gears because the real madness happened on the runway.
We don't have the space. It's not safe for the girls. It's too warm. They're sweaty. Their hair is starting to be puffy. Can you please go down, queen?
Get ready because we're gonna have to blur these pics heavy. One designer thought it'd be artistic to throw their male models out there wearing massive fake latex double D chests on full display. It wasn't just the guys either. Some women were rocking plastic molded male torsos, while others had exaggerated fake body parts added to their outfits. It was like a wild costume party that no one asked for. And yes, and someone even said they saw a guy styled to mimic Sydney Sweeney. Like, what is going on? People in the crowd were shook. One asked, "How is this fashion?" And honestly, same. I couldn't wear any of that stuff even if they paid me. Shout out to the ladies with the real curves because carrying all that, your backs must be screaming. The constant adjusting, the pulling, the weight, no thank you. That's a whole full-time job right there. But the criticism didn't stop. One viewer wrote, "Women's bodies are not costumes." Another said, "This is not okay. It's blatant objectification just to grab attention. This isn't fashion." And they're right. It felt like a stunt, just another cheap attempt to go viral. That's what makes so many of these fashion weeks feel off lately. The creativity's being replaced with shock value, and it's not even clever. It's desperate, and it's turning something that could be iconic into a circus. Paris Fashion Week used to be the place for elite fashion, trend-setting looks, and real style moments. Now, it's starting to feel like a costume contest on TikTok. With fast fashion taking over and everyone chasing clout, the whole thing feels less like innovation and more like a desperate grab for clicks. It's no longer about creating something iconic, now it's all about what can go viral the fastest. Take the Rick Owens show, for example. What in America's Next Top Model stunt challenge was that? People were literally swimming or maybe just wading to the runway, then stomping around in stiff, soaked coats like they were auditioning for a survival movie. None of that looked wearable. None of that looked comfortable. And wet clothes? Yeah, that's a hard no from me. Is this really fashion? Because it's not giving fashion anymore. One person said, "Models go through a lot for Rick Owens." And another chimed in with, "I'm too broke to understand." Honestly, same. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about this live streamer who stirred up some drama during Fashion Week. A guy named Jay Sino, who I've never really heard of, ended up catching major heat at the event. And this is exactly why some streamers need to chill. One minute they're filming a harmless walk around, the next, they're in headlines for all the wrong reasons. Apparently, Jay was out live streaming when a fan approached for a picture. Jay declined politely. Cool, no problem, right? Wrong. The fan didn't take no for an answer and started getting pushy, like physically pushy. Things escalated fast, and before you knew it, they were in the middle of a scuffle on live stream.
What do you want? What do you want? I don't want no picture, bro. Okay. I'm not exiting nowhere. I'm right here.
Whoa, you need to relax. Okay.
Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. Watch out, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga.
What is going on?
Get the fuck out my face.
Can someone get him out of here?
Bro,
Can you have security, like, get
We don't want no picture, bro. Hey.
Wait, stop touching him. What's wrong with you? Bro, please. Oh my God. Can you call security?
Man, watch out, nigga.
Please.
Watch out.
Oh my God. Bro.
It just proves again, you can never be too safe out here, especially if you're a streamer with a camera rolling 24/7. These content creators are always one step away from chaos. And at Paris Fashion Week, chaos is just part of the dress code now.
Security, like, Bro, I'm like, cuz, y'all holding me back, cuz the nigga just freely moving, bro. Like, that was the part that was blowing me, cuz like, y'all holding me and the nigga just standing there like, I'm like, cuz, y'all just letting this stand here, gang. Like,
That's a wrap on the madness. Paris Fashion Week, more like Paris Fashion Freak Week. And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, enter Doja Cat. Because of course she had to roll through with a look that had everyone staring, confused, and maybe a little scared. This time she showed up, wrapped in what looked like layers of spiderwebs, lace, and chaos. Her face was painted ghost white, with dark streaks dripping down like she just walked out of a haunted house photo shoot. Some folks said it was art, others called it a fashion crime scene. One person commented, Doja looks like she got trapped in a spider's ex-boyfriend's dream. And I can't even lie, that's accurate. Doja's been known to push boundaries, but this one had people wondering if she was trolling the whole fashion industry at this point. Between the see-through body netting and the claw-like nails, it was giving full-on villain origin story. Was she serving Runway or starting a ritual? No one's quite sure. And then came the influencers. You already know which ones, the ones who only pop up at events like this to take 3 pics, cause a scene, and vanish. At least 5 different TikTok girls showed up wearing nearly the exact same outfit, sheer mesh bodysuits with random feather hats, and they all acted like they invented it. One of them even tried to cut into a designer's private table at a post-show dinner. The security didn't even flinch, just picked her up by the elbows and moved her like furniture. Someone caught it on video and the clip is already making rounds as influencer gets humbled in 0.3 seconds. Even longtime fashion editors are speaking out. One posted, "It's become less about art and more about access. Everyone just wants to be seen." And honestly, that's the realest thing said all week. Paris Fashion Week used to be about the vision, the craft. Now it's just another playground for people chasing attention. Models are walking in puddles, celebrities are Googling themselves, and influencers are getting escorted out mid-salad. What even is this anymore? Whew, that was a wild ride, and I loved every second of dragging this fashion chaos with you. I've been branching out lately, covering the Met Gala, award shows, and all kinds of red carpet drama. So if there's a major event coming up that you want me to dive into, drop it in the comments. I've been eyeing the Emmys next. And you know that one's gonna be full of egos, shade, and designer disasters. I seriously had so much fun making this video, and I hope you were just as entertained watching it. If you enjoyed the tea, the chaos, and the mess, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll never miss the next celebrity breakdown when things get messy. And trust me, they always do. And hey, don't go just yet. There's another video waiting for you right on the screen that's loaded with even more celeb drama, scandals, and red carpet disasters. Go ahead and click it. You're not gonna wanna miss it. See you in the next one.